Hey there, you're watching Go Island, the 4-H edition.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial.
Well, hello there, you are watching Go Island, and we are all about 4-H today. Now, we're shooting this at the Fall Fair, and you recognize the barn behind me, but we're not talking about the Fall Fair. We're talking about an event that is coming up, a first ever event on central North Vancouver Island. And who else is going to tell me about it but McKenna Sear, one of my favorite 4-Hers. McKenna, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, and this is McKenna Sear. I should have introduced him. This is Mason. He's quite lovely.
Yes, he is.
Now, I said that there is a first ever event being planned for the North Vancouver Island. What is it?
This year we're hosting the first annual North Island 4-H auction.
What is a 4-H auction?
Well, it's giving all the kids an opportunity to sell their 4-H projects that they've worked so hard for. So this year we have members selling beef steers, lambs, hogs, and I believe we have some quail and rabbits. And there's also, hopefully in future years, going to be other projects like photography.
Wow. Now, I think that people always think that the Fall Fair is the big year-end project for 4-Hers, but it's not. It's the auction, isn't it?
Yeah, this year the auction will be really great, a great end to our year, and it's nice. Hopefully we'll have lots of support from the community, and they'll all realize how much hard work we put in throughout the year.
Absolutely. Now, I can see Mason isn't really camera friendly, so I think McKenna and Mason are done. Thank you so much for telling us about it. It's kind of like they get their projects judged at the auction. They get judges looking over what they've done. They get folks bidding on them, and it's a great way to acknowledge the work that these young people have done all year long. Now, we're going to be talking to a couple more young people from 4-H in just a few minutes, finding out a little bit more about this auction. But first, we have a couple of stories for you. Jose Araujo is going to bring you up to date on all the arts and entertainment in the Alberni Valley. And I met a family, a mother and a daughter, who are living their dream. It might surprise you, they're living it down on the farm. You are looking at the handsome face of Jace. Jace is a market lamb that has been raised all year long as a 4-H project by a lovely lady named Shelby Meaden. Shelby, how are you today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Now, we were talking a little bit earlier to another 4-H member, to McKenna Sear, who was telling us, oops, Jace just stepped on my foot, who's telling us a little bit about the 4-H auction that is being planned for North Vancouver Island coming up next weekend. And how big a deal is this for you to be putting this on?
This is a big deal this year because we have never had an event like this anywhere on the island, so all these kids have this big opportunity that they never had before.
What's involved in putting an auction like this together?
A lot of things. You have to figure out where they're going to be transported, who's transporting them, who's coming to judge them beforehand, who's going to come by. And there's like the little things you don't think about, like sawdust and other things like that.
Sawdust? What is sawdust used for?
Sawdust is for bedding, so like when the animals are there all weekend, they have something to lay on, right?
Okay, so if I were organizing this auction, Jace keeps wanting to step on my feet, but if I were organizing this auction, I would have forgotten the sawdust. Are you excited about this?
I'm very excited because this is such a big opportunity for everyone on the island to have.
And do you figure Jace is excited?
He's going to be excited as he's going to be.
Shelby, thank you so much for telling me about it. I tell you, you never know what we're going to be doing next on Go Island. I had a sheep a market lamb stepping on my foot a minute ago. We've got a little bit more to tell you about the auction. We haven't even told you when and where it's going to be. But first, this is Go Island. We have a few more stories for you. This lovely gentleman is Templeton the hog. He was born on March 21st, which makes him just a few months old. It's amazing how much weight a hog can put on when he's well cared for. Hi again, you're watching Go Island, the 4-H edition, which is why we're talking about Templeton. And we're going to meet the lovely lady who has been raising Templeton as a 4-H project. Jen Banfield, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm wonderful. What kind of hog is Templeton?
He's a Lancaster Yorkshire cross with Tamaran.
Excellent. And you're going to be showing him at the 4-H auction.
Yes, I am.
Now, we've been telling you about this auction. This is the first ever auction held in North Vancouver Island for the 4-H kids. Prior to this, you had to go to the P&E, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a big deal, transporting animals. They would lose weight, they were sometimes sick. It was expensive, I'm sure.
It wasn't even worth it.
So they're having the auction this year. When and where is the auction?
September 13th at the Coombs Fairgrounds, and it starts at 1:30, but the show is at 9.
So this is an auction where you can buy any of these animals, bid on them. They are raised antibiotic free, am I right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. So this is very healthy meat. What kind of animals are going to be sold?
There's gonna be hogs, steers, lambs, poultry, some even non-livestock, was photography as well.
Excellent. Are you excited about it?
I'm very excited.
So this is where you find out if all your hard work with Templeton have paid off.
Oh, I hope so. 3 hours a day, every day.
Every day. Since March 21st. That's a
Since
lot.
March 21st.
That's a lot of hours. Jen, good luck with it. Templeton is a fine looking hog. I'm sure you're going to do well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Now we are almost at the end of this show. But before I say goodbye, we're going to send you to a couple more stories, and then I think I'm going to find a friendly steer to say goodbye to. Well, it does bring us to the end of Go Island. I said I was going to look for a friendly steer. I found an even friendlier heifer. This is Abigail, another one of the fine 4-H projects that these young people have been raising all year long. Now, don't forget about the 4-H auction happening at the Coombs Fairground on Saturday, September 13th. The show starts at 9. The auction starts at 1:30. Abigail may or may not be there. I don't think she is. I don't think she is. Until we meet again, be good to each other.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial, supporting community and providing personalized advice and service to clients since 1996. Our team is ready to help you with your financial future.